If you receive Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or any government retirement benefit, there is something happening right now with IRS filing rules that most seniors have not been told about, and if you are not aware of it, it could create a delay in your benefits, a problem with your Medicare, or even a penalty you never expected. I am going to walk you through exactly what is changing, who it affects, and most importantly, what you need to do to make sure your money and your health care are protected. So stay with me, because this one matters. Now, I want you to understand something before we go any further. I am not here to scare you. I am here because too many good, hardworking people who spent their entire lives earning these benefits end up losing money or facing problems simply because nobody explained the rules to them in plain English. That ends today. By the time you finish watching this, you are going to know exactly where you stand and exactly what steps to take. So let us talk about what is actually happening. The IRS has been quietly adjusting how it processes income reporting for people who receive government benefits. This is not a massive overhaul that made front-page news. It is the kind of quiet administrative change that moves through the system without any announcement to the people it affects most. And the people it affects most are seniors, retirees, and anyone who depends on Social Security, SSI, or SSDI as their primary source of income. Here is why this matters to you specifically. The IRS and Social Security Administration share data. They communicate. When you file a tax return or when the IRS updates information connected to your Social Security number, that information can ripple into how your benefits are calculated, whether your Medicare premiums go up, and in some cases, whether a portion of your Social Security benefit becomes taxable. Most people on fixed incomes have no idea this connection exists. They think their Social Security check and their taxes are two completely separate things. They are not. Here is the specific change that is catching people off guard right now. The IRS has updated its income verification process for benefit recipients, meaning that certain types of income that were previously handled differently are now being reported and matched against Social Security records in a new way. This includes part-time work income, pension distributions, withdrawals from retirement accounts like IRAs and 401ks, and in some cases, income that flows into the household from a spouse or family member. If the IRS records show income that does not match what is on file with Social Security or Medicare, it can trigger a review. And a review can mean a delay in payments, an adjustment in your benefit amount, or an increase in your Medicare Part B premium. Now let me explain who is most likely to be affected by this, because it is not everyone, but it is more people than you might think. If you are receiving Social Security retirement benefits and you also have any additional income coming in, even small amounts, this affects you. If you are on Medicare and your income has changed in the past 2 years, this affects you. If you are receiving SSI and you recently had any changes in your living situation, your income, or your assets, this absolutely affects you because SSI has strict income and asset limits, and any discrepancy between IRS records and what Social Security has on file can put your eligibility at risk. And if you receive SSDI and you have done any work at all, even a few hours here and there, this affects you too. Let me give you some real examples of the kinds of situations that are creating problems for people right now. Take a woman, let us call her Carol. Carol is 71 years old, she receives Social Security retirement benefits, and she is on Medicare. Last year, her daughter helped her out financially by depositing some money into her bank account to help cover medical bills. Carol did not report this as income because she understood it to be a gift from her family. But the IRS records flagged a deposit pattern, and now Carol has received a letter asking her to verify her income. She is confused, she is worried, and she is not sure if her benefits are at risk. Or take a man, let us call him James. James is 67, receiving SSDI, and a few months ago he did some occasional work helping a neighbor with yard care just to have a little extra money for groceries. He made less than $1,000 total. He did not think it was significant enough to report, but those earnings were reported by whoever paid him. They entered the IRS system, and now there is a discrepancy in his file that could affect his disability benefits. These are not unusual situations. They happen every day to real people who are simply trying to survive on limited incomes. Here is where things get complicated, and I want you to pay close attention to this part. When there is a discrepancy between IRS income records and what Social Security has on file, the consequences can move quickly. Your Medicare Part B premium can be recalculated based on income from 2 years ago, which is called IRmaa, the income-related monthly adjustment amount. This means if your income was higher in a prior year for any reason, you could be paying significantly more for Medicare right now than you should be, or more than you expect to be paying next year. Some people see their Medicare premium jump by hundreds of dollars a month because of this, and they have no idea why it happened. For SSI recipients, a discrepancy can trigger a review that pauses your payment while Social Security investigates. For SSDI recipients, any unreported work activity can be flagged as a potential violation of the substantial gainful activity rules, which govern how much you are allowed to earn while receiving disability benefits. Even if the amounts involved are small, the process of resolving a flag like that can take months, and during those months, your financial life does not stop. Your rent is still due, your prescriptions still need to be filled, your grocery bills do not pause while Social Security sorts through paperwork. I also want to warn you about something that always increases during tax season and during any period when benefit changes are being discussed publicly. Scammers. There are people out there right now who are sending fake letters, fake emails, and making fake phone calls pretending to be from the IRS or Social Security, telling seniors that they owe money or that their benefits are being suspended. Let me be absolutely clear about this. The IRS will always contact you first by mail, through the Postal Service, with an official notice that includes a specific notice number in the upper right corner. Social Security will never call you and demand immediate payment over the phone. If you receive a call like that, hang up. If you receive an email claiming to be from Social Security or the IRS asking you to click a link or provide personal information, do not engage with it. These are scams designed specifically to target seniors, and they are becoming more sophisticated every year. Now let us talk about what you actually need to do, step by step, in plain, simple terms. The first thing to do is check your Social Security statement. You can do this by creating an account at ssa.gov, which is the official Social Security website. Your statement shows exactly what income Social Security has on record for you and what your current benefit amount is based on. If anything looks wrong or unfamiliar, that is something you want to address now, before it creates a bigger problem. The second thing to do is review your most recent tax return or have someone help you review it. Look at every source of income that was reported. This includes Social Security benefits, pension income, IRA distributions, any part-time work, and any deposits that were large enough to generate a tax form. Make sure the income on that return accurately reflects what you actually received. The third thing to do is check your Medicare premium notice. Every year, Medicare sends out a notice that explains what your Part B premium will be for the coming year. If that premium went up significantly, it may be because of IRmaa, the income-based adjustment. If you believe the income they used to calculate your premium was unusually high because of a one-time event, like selling a home, a large medical expense, or a death in the family that affected your finances, you have the right to appeal. You can file a life-changing event appeal with Social Security and request that they use more recent income information. This is not widely known, and it saves some people hundreds of dollars a month. The fourth step is to keep records of everything. If you receive any letter from the IRS or Social Security, do not throw it away. Keep it. Write down the date you received it. If you call to respond to it, write down the date, the time, and the name of the person you spoke to. In a system this large and this complicated, your paper trail is your protection. And the fifth step, if your situation is at all complicated, is to get help. You do not have to navigate this alone. SHIP counselors, which stands for the State Health Insurance Assistance Program, offer free counseling to Medicare beneficiaries. Legal aid organizations in most communities provide free help to seniors dealing with Social Security issues. And if you have a family member or a caregiver who helps you manage your finances, now is a good time to sit down with them and go over your current documents together. Speaking of caregivers and family members, if you are watching this because you help an elderly parent or a spouse manage their benefits, there are a few specific things to watch for on their behalf. Check that their address on file with Social Security and the IRS is current. A surprising number of problems happen simply because important notices are being mailed to an old address. Make sure any income they receive, including gifts, deposits, or financial assistance from family, is being handled correctly so it does not create a reportable income discrepancy, and help them review their Medicare premium notice so they understand what they are being charged and why. Here's the bottom line. The IRS and Social Security systems are more connected than most people realize, and when those systems flag a discrepancy, the burden of resolving it falls on you, the recipient. That is not fair, but it is the reality. And the best protection you have is accurate, organized, current information. You earned these benefits. You paid into this system for years, sometimes for decades. You deserve to receive every dollar that belongs to you without confusion, without penalties, and without unnecessary stress. The way to protect that is to stay informed, keep your records clean, respond promptly to any correspondence you receive, and ask for help when you need it. If you have a question about your specific situation, put it in the comments. Read through what others are asking as well. Because there is a good chance someone else is dealing with the same thing you are. And if someone in your life needs to hear this, share it with them. The more people who understand how these systems work, the fewer people get caught off guard by changes they never saw coming. You have worked too hard and waited too long to let a paperwork issue stand between you and the benefits you have already earned. Check your information, protect your records, and do not wait until a problem finds you. Take the step now while you still have time to get ahead of it.